Hello and welcome back, you beautiful people I call strippers. As promised, this week we are stripping down all things Bravo. That man Simon won't stop talking to us in the neighborhood talk. At this point, I am convinced that he does post so that the neighborhood talk can repost them. We are going to talk all things Atlanta, Beverly Hills, Kyle, Mauricio, Morgan. At this, all of the Bravo things. So, with that being said, you guys say hello to the one and only the Brooke Ashley.
Hey guys. Hey Elle, how are you? Thank you for having me.
Good. Of course, thank you for saying yes, child. We know you booked and busy in these Bravo streets, okay? The Bravo children love the ground. So thank you for taking time to step on over and strip down because
Hey guys. Hey
Bravo
everybody in the
is
chat.
on
Hey.
fire. Hello, DK. Hello, Jonathan. You beautiful people. Thank you for being here. If you are joining us over on Instagram, make your way over to YouTube because this is where we are. You feel what I'm saying? So, um, baby. Today is, or yesterday was Messy Monday, child. And so Carlos King did his live show with Tamar Braxton live at City Winery in Atlanta. Shout out to the 404. On that episode, they talked about or talked around Bravo reaching out to Tamar for Real Housewives of Atlanta. So this question is a two-parter. I want to know your thoughts on what would be Tamar on the show. And then Tamar said that she declined because at some point you have to be responsible for what you put out there, right? So she said she doesn't have an issue with Kenya. She doesn't have an issue with Porsha. She doesn't know these other women to have a problem. So to get her hair and makeup done to come on the show and argue with women that she really don't have no beef with doesn't seem like good money to her. So the question is, what do you think about what is now the perception of these Real Housewives shows? And do you think that is contributing to the issue that they're having as far as it pertains to casting?
I think Tamar is full of it. If I'm being honest, I don't know. I'm not really buying that she turned them down. Um, we've seen Tamar on Celebrity Big Brother. She was fighting with her sisters for 6 years on Braxton Family Values on WeTV. WeTV does not pay nearly as well as Bravo. And we know that Tamar, she loves a check. So I just find it hard to believe that they asked her and she said no. I think if anything, if she did turn them down, maybe she felt like she could not go toe to toe verbally with Kenya or Porsha, or maybe when Edie was back on. No, if I'm being honest, I think
No, that's true.
right. I don't know. I think that Tamar's personality, it's very volatile at times, in my opinion, and I feel like even though she can dish it out, she can't take it.
She can't take it.
She's very sensitive, very thin-skinned. So I think she said, you know what? This would be a great check, a great opportunity, but I don't know if I'll be able to handle these ladies right here. So let me just say, shout out to everybody. I have fun, and I'll stick to Dish Nation, WeTV, and everywhere else.
Well, now, so Tamar did say, and to your point, I think that Tamar is newly in a position to turn down money. So according to her, WeTV ran back the check that they owed her. They also gave her official producer credits for not Real Housewives, help me Jesus, Braxton Family Values. So she is now officially listed as the creator and a producer of the show. She now has her own touring company. She now has her own production company, and I guess she got a concept deal with We. So she is now free to pitch and create other shows. I think that check allowed her to make moves maybe that she wanted to make before. According to her, she was done with Braxton Family Values after season 3, but her contract says she had to be there. And also, she said that she'll be on Braxton Family Values as a friend of. She's not even a full-time there. So
Well,
I think that new money got her feeling a little Mariah Huckish.
I agree. No, that's true. And you know what? Another point just popped in. I feel like Tamar has a very big ego. So I think she's one of those people where if it's not guaranteed that she'll be the star, then she's going to say no. Think about it. The personalities on Atlanta, they are very strong personalities. There aren't really that many wallflowers on the show. So I feel like she wouldn't, I don't think that we would automatically think that she's the star of the show just because she's Tamar.
And I think there's no crying in the reads over in Atlanta. So I feel like the girls would receive her the way they received Candace at the end. Like, oh my God, you're crying again. Like, you put it out there, but then why do you need a cry angle? And them girls in Atlanta read on a professional level. Like, there's no Fisher Price play up in there. So Carlos, you know, forever trying to get back into Bravo, said that he knows what it takes to fix Atlanta, and that something would be reaching out to the OGs. I have an opinion on that. I would like to hear your thoughts on having OGs back on Atlanta or any franchise at this point. Before I read them girls now for filth.
Okay, you know how we're always complaining that we want fresh faces and fresh blood on these shows? We can't have that if we're still clamoring and we want the past. I think that in order for us to have a clean break, get new energy, we have to just let the dream go of having the OGs back. In my humble opinion, I think that I just feel like a lot of these ladies, especially when they're fired, they can't let the show go. And you have to learn that you're not going to be on top forever. It's time to usher in a new era, like how they did with New York. It's time for some new ladies. It's like, it feels like a lot of these women, they want to go out with the show, whereas they're going to be on their deathbed with the show. Like they feel like the show, you know, it's going to go when they leave this earth. And it's like, no.
Vicky Gunvalson.
Yes. Yeah, you had your time. It's time to go now. It's time to leave the fair. So I feel like, no, we don't need the OGs anymore. It's time for some new faces.
No, I completely agree. And Greta, I agree with you. I think also the mistake that was made in Atlanta is that, or not Atlanta, excuse me, New York, is that you still went and got people who have some sort of media training. Yep. And the reason that we like Nene, the reason that we liked Porsha is because these girls had absolutely nothing to lose. Hell, even Kim Zolciak. Kim Zolciak now, if she changed her clothes in the parking lot, it would be to try to recreate that moment. Right? Like, we need Vicky Gunvalson crying over the minivan again. These people had nothing to lose. You can't go get the former head of J. Crew and be like, hey, get out. Like, you know what I mean? Because there is a vested interest. And Jenna Lyons proved that from the beginning. I'm here for marketing. This is a great platform. I don't need nobody else that considers this good marketing.
But it's a new era, though. We're not going to get that old feeling back because of the rise of social media. When Housewives first came on, Twitter wasn't as big, you know, but now with the memes and the videos going around, with everybody, like you said, pre-producing their storylines, people have been studying this now for years. The show's been on for 17 years now. So the newbies are coming on with an agenda to promote. They're already giving us pre-planned storylines. So we're not going to ever get that old thing back. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the only person I feel who, even though she came in with an agenda, but the only person who I guess was real, even though she was crazy, and I don't ever want to see her back on, Monica Garcia from SLC last season.
Mm-hmm.
She, in my opinion, she was willing to just bear it all and be crazy because she wasn't, I guess she wasn't really worried about what social media had to say. She was willing to just, you know, be herself. Even though
she knew she was social media, so
that part. You see, so it's like we're not going to get the old feeling back with, you know, things being authentic because it's just not. That's just not the case.
It's not. Kate said here, everyone knows the formula now, and this is why I say it's time to begin to phase out the Housewives or recreate the Housewives. Again, everybody knows the formula. So what I had said, and I started telling you this earlier, is I felt like Real Girlfriends in Paris was the perfect opportunity to begin to usher in something that does not mirror the format of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think that they should have aged those girls up just a smidge, just a smidge, and had like more real life issues. Like, what was that one girl who missed her visa appointment because she fell asleep? It was so 21-year-old.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
no, give them just a little bit more responsibility, and then you could take it around. It didn't even have to be an international franchise. You could have the Real Girlfriends of Chicago, Real Girlfriends of LA, and begin to give us something that wasn't RHONY, RHOA, and Potomac.
I agree. I agree. But you know, I think since Bravo is so tied with the Real Housewives, I think that proves to be a challenge on ushering in new shows that aren't housewives. Because when you think about Bravo, the first thing you think about is the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, New York, Dubai, you know, OC. Your first thought is housewives. So I think
Absolutely.
they have a short fuse when it comes to let's bring on a new show that isn't housewives.
But and that's why I say that I felt like it was such a missed opportunity, because like you said, Real Housewives of Atlanta is in order to kind of shift that. You Here's what you're used to, and then, hey, do you like this?
Yep. Yep.
What
No, it's
about this carrot? And kind of divert their attention a little bit. That would be the only way that I see the split at the fork in the road being possible, because like you said, they put all their eggs in that basket.
Mm-hmm. And Bravo doesn't want to really promote other shows that aren't Real Housewives. I mean, yes, they do. They promote the OG Summer House really well. They promote Southern Charm, because Southern Charm is doing really well in the ratings as well. Below Deck does well. They get a lot of promo. But the other
They get
shows,
a lot of promo for
they get a
Below Deck.
lot of promo. I mean, I feel like every single commercial, if it's not a Real Housewives commercial, it's a Below Deck. And then it's Vanderpump Rules. And then it's The Valley. They get a lot of PR.
But I feel like even The Valley and Vanderpump Rules is still a extreme uptick from the Scandival situation.
Oh,
That
absolutely.
VPR marketing was not there prior to
Absolutely.
Tom being
Absolutely.
Tom.
Absolutely. And they've always had a cult-like following, though. They've always banked on that. Like, even though, you know, they didn't get the promotion like you said, they still had a very cult-like following. But there was an uptick when Scandival broke.
There was definitely an uptick. I'm going to ask you this about this upcoming season of Atlanta, and then we're going to move on to Beverly Hills. Is the social media of it all ruining it for you? Like, do you miss when things were secret?
I'm a secretive girl. All my subscribers in the chat, y'all know me. I believe in moving in silence. Do not discuss your plans before they come into fruition. Don't tell a soul. So
Absolutely.
seeing the art of discretion is like completely gone. Seeing them tweet and go on Instagram about everything. You have Shamia showing how she just got a Rolls Royce from her husband. It's like, save this for the show. You guys are literally showing us everything already. Like, save it for the show. Because when the season comes, I'm going to be bored.
Yes. I'm bored now.
Yeah, that's how I feel. You know, I don't care about Simon and Porsha. I literally don't care about that.
I don't care.
I don't
care. She can go sit at the table that Sheree was sitting at when she was waiting on Tyrone and film the whole season there. Don't get on social media no more. Don't petition the courts no more to get into that man's house. Now, I said this is going to be a nasty divorce. So Simon is selling that house and plans on giving Porsha none of it. When it comes to why he's not splitting it, he says that they were able to acquire that house because he sold 2 other properties, and that he would never split anything with somebody he was only married to for 435 days. So you can leave that broke shit for your aunties and uncles.
Wow. I mean,
that's what he said.
I'm not surprised. Simon is a loser. I'm not surprised. No, he's a loser. He's a loser.
Listen, he was a loser with the jet, and that's how Porsha ended up with 2 weddings. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Kyle and Morgan are still pretending that they're not doing the brown chicken, brown cow. And listen, I love it. If you want to be in that closet, I will open up that closet every day and be like, girl, do you need some water? And shut it back. You don't have to come out until you're ready. That's not what I care about. I don't like for you to play me for a fool. Like, you and that girl go together real bad. Like, all Kyle is missing is a go poppy sign at this point. So what are we doing? Why are we not filming it? What the fuck? What do you even want to see next season out of Beverly Hills?
I want Kyle to be honest. I want Dorit to be honest, since they're
That
both single
would
now.
pain her. Her
Well,
literally her hair would fall out.
They have to, because nobody wants to watch anybody sitting up there lying. Kyle played in all of our faces last season. I actually thought that we were going to get some info. We got nothing. She played in our faces, talking in circles, talking in riddles. She still wouldn't come clean about if he was cheating on her or not. She's still talking, dancing around the issue, saying, well, it had broken my trust. What exactly is the it you're talking about? Like, what happened? Just say it. If you're getting a divorce, there's only but so many reasons why you're getting a divorce. It was either cheating or maybe it was emotional or physical. I don't want to say, because YouTube gets funny about certain words. It's something of this.
They're there.
Yeah, but please don't play in our faces. Don't pee on our legs and tell us that it's raining and act like it, and play dumb. It's very aggravating.
It's extremely aggravating. And I normally am truly, even on reality TV, I'm like, child, that bedroom stuff, the stuff that like you're a real person, you know what I mean? Normally I'm like, listen, you could keep that to yourself. Hell no. Listen, Dorit, is you sleeping with Mauricio? And if you not sleeping with Mauricio, who is? All right. And get Mauricio mama in here, because she knows something and she looked like she ready to talk. She want to be a diamond holder so bad. And this is going to be her moment. Mama Mauricio, tell me about it.
I am screaming.
It's Beverly Hills. I am here to find out what happens on the other side of the bridge where the two swans are. Okay. I am here for some like insider freaky Beverly Hills shit. What y'all be doing at Carlton House at them parties? That's what I want. Like, if you were not going to take me into your diamond shoes or too tight issues, get away from me with this, Apollo.
No, I get it. I don't know. Beverly Hills really could give us so much more if everybody would stop holding back and stop bringing us phoniness. I feel like a lot of the cast has been coasting, especially Kyle and Dorit. Those two have been coasting the most, in my humble opinion. And Kyle trying to use that excuse of, oh, well, I've been on the show the longest. I'm the OG, and you watched me with my kids when they were little. It doesn't matter. You're still on the show, which means you're required to work and share what's going on.
Because you still gonna require that check. And that's what I'm annoyed by. Like, you come in here all the time talking about something what you won't do, but you continually cash the check and bore me to tears. I feel like you're stealing from me at this point. You've stolen the money.
Stolen
give it back. You stole my time, and I'm here to reclaim it. Give the money back to Bravo, because with how much they pay Kyle, they could split it. Listen, it's two more. Wherever they found Brandy Glanville, it's two more of them.
Yeah, they could definitely
bring the same bar.
Yeah, they could bring in 3 more people with Kyle's salary, because I've heard Kyle makes like, I think 1.5 per season,
and Carlos King paying them $2,500 an episode. They can go get somebody.
Listen, but you know what's, but let's talk about that quickly, because for somebody who acts like he's just such a champion for Black women to tell their stories, it is disgusting that he is underpaying them. And I don't even know why they're coming on a show to make peanuts.
I'll do you one better. Why are you coming on a show that is on a network that the owner told you she would never have reality TV on there? She turned her nose up to it. And the only reason that OWN has reality TV is because OWN wanted to get in the accessible cable packages, because they used to be channel 395. Okay. Oprah wanted to be in the 2 digits, and they said, well, your ass gonna have to get some reality shows. And she said, hello, Carlos.
But she sold the network though, right?
She did. I mean, like, I'm being facetious in that it's her, but what I'm saying is this network, their values never, and Oprah has been open about the fact that she'll still go in like in certain terms of like creative direction and all of that. Their values never showed that they valued reality TV stars.
Mm-hmm.
So there was never going to be a budget there. Also, no tea, no shade, it's own. It's not Bravo. It's not WeTV. So 2,500 is a lot of money for a channel. When the last time you've been to somebody's house and they be like, "Oh yeah, watch your own." Yeah.
Never. Not even when Iyanla was on there trying to help Sheree fix her life.
Oh, why Page 6 said that she the 3-time fired. Like, damn, Page 6, you hate her?
Wait, somebody in the chat has me screaming. They said Garcelle needs to get a man. Damn.
This is our virtual producer, Norm. Her name is Tammy, but I call her Norm as in Norman Baker. Okay. Listen, Norm keep her foot. Norm is like an equal opportunist. She like, I got my foot on everybody's neck. I'm not gonna hold you. There was a moment that Iyanla had me locked in on Friday nights. Also, at that time, the little one couldn't walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going from like pregnancy into infancy. So there was also that. But to the people that are saying Greenleaf, even if you talk to a lot of people didn't watch Greenleaf on OWN. A lot of people caught Greenleaf on streaming services.
It's on Netflix now, right?
Oh, baby. During the Ponderosa? I'm talking about, you ever lie to yourself? Oh, I'm going to bed. This is my last episode. And then you like, hell nah. Next. Continue watching. Who was that? Sai that was up there with Jeff Lewis. You think she really thought that camera was off?
I think she did.
That was a publicity stunt.
It was a publicity stunt. She did that on purpose. It was so contrived. Like, oh wait, we're on. We're mic'd still. Like, stop. Sai wants a moment. She wants to drum up some drama for this season. That's all that is.
I wanted so much more from Sai. I wanted so much more than what she actually gave me. And I don't know if you heard, there's like a conversation going around on TikTok where people are saying that white girls are so rooted in their privilege that they can't even process the idea that a Black girl like might look better than them. And I feel like that's the type of privilege that Sai lives in. Like, Sai thinks that she's got it all together. She can't fathom not being the best in the room. Like, that just does not compute to her. So I feel like her not ending the season being a fan favorite broke her brain.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Because you can tell while last season, while they were filming, you could tell throughout the episodes, in her head, she thinks that she ate.
Nailing it.
She's looking like, yeah, I ate that. The fans are gonna love. They're gonna eat this up. I ate that. Left no crumbs. I'm a bad bitch. And baby, the way we saw her and said, "Oh no, ma'am, you tried it." And now
and then not only did you try it, but you tried it, and we like Bryn. Sai was like,
she was literally head combusted.
She don't know what to do with that. And so this year, I feel like she wants it back in blood, but it's also going to, do you remember the last season of, was it Tamar and Vince or Braxton Family Values when Vince got into the car accident and Tamar is in the backseat of the car and she gets the phone call that Vince wrapped his car around a tree? I don't know if there are any like real Tamar fans in the chat, but they clearly did the scene a couple times, and y'all can go back and find it if you want. But there is a scene you can see that she's not crying. There's a gap in her hand, and you kind of like see her like, okay, like,
oh no. Oh my gosh.
It's there. It's either the last season of Tamar and Vince or the last season of Braxton. Thank you, of Braxton Family Values. My point in bringing that up is Sai is that type of bad actor. And because she wants it back in blood, I perceive that this season will give us a lot of like, I'm so sad.
I can
Like,
see that. I can see
and
that.
I'm not ready for it. I don't, if I'm being honest, RHONY is the franchise where my bar is so low. Like, you can come in and really give me anything.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's just like the least bit interesting, I'm going to bite. Because you have to think with RHONY, I feel like RHONY is the most regular franchise out of all of them. They took the longest to even get fancy in terms of like reunion outfits and all that. They're the most regular people. Alex, who you think?
No, I think it would be OC, because the OC's reunions in the beginning, they were wearing jeans and those little tops.
Yeah, it was very Chico's at the beginning, but I'm saying even OC, once the housewives started stepping it up,
Yeah.
RHONY was still, in my opinion, on like the back end of that. I don't know if it was because of the age difference in the women or what. Like OC, the girls were definitely laid back in the beginning, but I'm talking about once that switch happened to like we're wearing gowns,
Mm-hmm.
RHONY was still Bethany, like regular, Alex, regular, Jill, regular, like. And then we replaced them like with Carol and Aviva. And yes, they had money, but we are still talking regular people who didn't mind taking a leg off and putting it on the table. Sonia's tooth fell out and she was like, help me go get some fixing it. Like,
Oh.
just regular. So, and I always felt like none of the replacements match. Like, how did Carol match with the group of girls that was there
Well, no,
when she came
because
in?
Carol was a princess, and remember, Luann is a ex-countess, so they bonded over that. And then also her mother-in-law is Jackie Kennedy's sister.
No, I know on paper how it made sense. I'm talking about personalities. Like,
I thought Carol was a great fit.
you did?
I thought Carol was a fantastic fit for RHONY. I was really upset when she left the show.
Really?
Yeah, I thought Carol was great because Carol would
I
give
was
you
like,
those
okay,
like
girl.
subtle digs. She would give you she wasn't afraid to back down. Like, she was quiet, but when she got with you, she got with you.
Carol just always felt like, to me, did 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 you did you know what you signed up for, babe? Carol felt like Cameron on CNN to me. Did you know why you were here, my love?
But Carol liked that though. That was I always looked at that like she was just pretending, like, oh, I'm not used to this, I don't want this, but I'm gonna stay. I think Carol knew full well what she signed up for.
Really?
I absolutely like think people think that that's endearing when they see somebody who's like, oh my gosh, like, what did I sign up for? Like Jenna Lyons. Jenna Lyons does not fool me. Jenna Lyons was a CEO of J. Crew for 20 years. She was a boss bitch. She was everywhere. Okay. She was out there screaming at her employees when she was the CEO. So she's influenced. Oh my gosh, all demure and I just can't take this. And oh, little old me, I'm just on this show. It's fake. She know, but it's smart though, because we all love it and we eat it up like suckers. But I see right through it though. She's not afraid or intimidated by them. She just wants to be quiet, collect her check, and not do any work. But she wants to hide behind, oh, I'm so demure and I'm not used to all this drama. It's all a lie. She knows in real life. She knows how to handle herself. She's not that shy.
To get with it. I think I like the mouth on her and I liked her. But to me, in when we're looking at ensemble cast, I was always like, what you doing here, girl? Like, it didn't fit for me. And I just always felt like RHONY brought in girls that I was just like, did casting see the show? Like,
yeah, no, it's true. It's true.
Did y'all know what y'all was casting for? So, and I still feel that way with this RHONY cast, that I'm just like, it really feels like old school open call. We went to the mall and was like, anybody that signs up can be on this show. I don't get the
I don't get the connection. I get it.
I don't. Speaking of connection, Real Housewives of Potomac doesn't have one. They broke the connection that is the Green Eye Bandits. It is only Giselle, and she is forced to torture us. I don't know. I literally, if somebody from higher up could explain to me the move of getting rid of Robin and keeping Giselle, I would love to hear that logic. What do you think about this season? That they're getting rid
Okay,
from
you got
service.
my subscribers in the chat. Y'all know me. You know that Potomac, we go in over on my channel, right? Season 9, I don't know if I'll be watching or recapping that because this season has left such a salty taste in my mouth. The fact that as much as I can't stand Giselle, I have always maintained that Ashley Darby is the most diabolical person on that cast. And the fact that I can understand why they want to keep Giselle because they feel like she's the face of the show, whatever. But Ashley Darby has had no storyline for about 3 seasons now. Her storyline ended at the end of season 5. This woman is still here playing in our faces with this fake divorce, adding nothing but stirring the pot. And she did not get eaten up hard enough for me because if I were Wendy, I would have read Ashley for filth at that reunion about why in the world would you bring up Osu? You are not Nigerian. This is above your pay grade. Why the F are you talking about this? Wendy was too nice. And for that alone, to bring that
way too kind
platform, she should have been fired off of that. That was out of line.
Period. That should have been the, like, where is the non-negotiable line? Do we have any hard lines at like Bravo NBCU? Because, and even I hold Nneka accountable as well. Absolutely. The second that girl Ashley said, by the time she got to the SNO Nneka should have been like, let me stop you right there.
Yes, that's right. Stop.
You're out of order. You're out of order. I'd have been looking at the cameras. Because it's just certain things that we not doing. What is the fourth wall? I'm getting ready to break it. Y'all dead at Eric?
Yes.
Because I'm not doing this. And so the fact that Nneka let Ashley do it, to me, said, oh, you need this check to furnish the house.
Bingo.
The house don't have no furniture because you waiting on Bravo to pay you.
Well, and you know what? Should I even reveal this? So on my live, I had one of my lives I did 2 weeks ago. I had told my subscribers how Nneka's friends had DM'd me, letting me know that she was indeed fired. Remember how the news broke out after the first part of the reunion when Candace announced her departure? I was told by the folks at NBC that they were livid that Candace did not wait until the end of the season to share that departure news, right? And her pregnancy news. She gave the exclusive to Entertainment Tonight. Well, remember how the Jasmine brand had also announced the same day that Candace announced her departure, the news had leaked about Robin being fired and Nneka being fired as well. So Nneka was still trying to go on this media tour and say that, she was going to be back and, just wait and stay tuned. Her friends DM'd me that day and said, Brooke, she was fired. She's been spiraling out of control. We're all concerned for her. Yes. And quite a few of them alluded that the money isn't as long as she was trying to portray on the show.
So I also had a little birdie in my DMs the same day that it dropped that confirmed that she was indeed fired. And that my source told me that they were holding on to the news because they did not like, as you said, that Candace gave the exclusive. It was just a lot back to back to back to back to back to back. So they were going to hold it. Now, in addition to that, I said to that person, I know, and I said this as it pertains to Dorit, excuse me, with the money of it all. These housewives act like we can't add. I don't need you to tell me your real life for me to know you don't got it like that, okay? You sat here on this show trying to conceive a baby whilst your husband was at work. He didn't abandon you. He was at work. That's very noble. However, if the check was fucking long, if y'all was bosses, you know what I mean? We take our little FMLA, we do whatever we need to do to be there. Him being at work and working like his name is Eugene tells me
yes.
that the money not there, tells me that you're like me. And if you tapped into being like me, we could have had a different conversation.
Well, those cheap short sets that she kept wearing that were super unflattering, that told me that the money wasn't long, because the outfit she should have been draped in Neiman's. I said the foundation that didn't match, that told me that the money wasn't long.
Shake it up.
The house not being furnished, it was taking forever and a day. Why wasn't this?
Come on, the island not being completed told me that the money wasn't. Home ownership is so hard to attain. So I always hate to feel like I'm tearing down, specifically a Black woman who has achieved home ownership, whether it's empty or furnished, right? My quote unquote tearing down comes in the, again, you pissing on my head and telling me that it's raining.
Yeah. And it was a lot of telltale signs to me. I thought it was a little bit odd that she was always asking friends to unpack stuff, get the mover, why are we doing this? I don't know. There's certain things that she was saying and doing. And let's be honest, when you really have it like that, you don't need to say it. Anytime somebody needs to say it, that's a red flag right there. You don't need to say it because we already know it. We can see it. Before you've even said anything, we can already tell. And that's also to have grown up as well as she claimed. Why do you feel the need to constantly say it every single time? And then the whole comment about, oh, my dad was a rich bitch. And it's just kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I know she was joking around, but it was just little telltale signs like that said, no, I don't believe it. And she was trying way too hard. She had a try hard energy.
It was definitely try hard energy. I'll tell you, I knew the check wasn't long when she let them cameras and that mic up in that the cameras wasn't there, but the mic was there. When she allowed her mic to be on and them cameras to be outside the door, the man going in there to give a sample, I said, Bethany Frankel peeing on the stick. I've seen this before. I've seen this number. Okay, skinny girl. That's it. I literally looked at my husband and said, Bethany Frankel. He was playing Fortnite, so he was like, girl, what you talking about? But I looked at him and I said it. Wealth Whispers, that's the one.
It's true. That's right. It's so true. And you don't need to say anything. Be wary of somebody who's always trying to prove. I mean, I understand that on the Housewives shows, you do have to give some backstory, but to openly just say I'm rich, it's you talking that language of I grew up well. You say different, you don't, but to say like I'm rich, like it's like it's kind of weird. Like, are you sure?
It's even right. Positive. It's even weird when you compare it to Candace, somebody who we know grew up well off, and let's just say that Nneka did as well. Her dad was a cardiologist. Like, again, we know how much things cost. So it's only but so much money to go around. All the kids is in private school, this, that, and the third. At some point, the experience stops somewhere. Your parents wasn't Bill and Melinda. Let's stop. But if you grew up in there's just certain etiquette to it. There's country club etiquette. If you grew up in that space, then you are fully adapted to the etiquette of it.
Yes.
And so even talking about, even Candace, when she was talking about Candace, I don't know, like this is how we grew up. Like, I don't know why y'all are so hung up that me and my mama is creating generational wealth with these houses, but like that's how it go where I'm from. Like,
and then she said something. I don't know what she said, but it was like. It was something about when she met Jacqueline, Mia's friend. She said they went out and she hit it off with Jacqueline. She said she alluded to the fact that I guess Jacqueline didn't have the money to pay for her drink, and she said, "Oh yeah," and I paid for the tab. And I'm just like, well,
girl, shut up.
Nneka, that's great and all, but let's not act like you spend so much money. What would she got a $20 drink, you ordered a drink, don't act like you got 3 bottles of Dom and drop,
And
$3,000.
even if you did, you're the real Potomac, right, babe?
Yeah, and you're trying to fit in with the circle and you're trying to win people over. So there is some schmoozing that goes along with that. And I don't know. I just found her to be off-putting, and I'm glad that she is embarrassed that she is now off the show. And she played her. She's the real definition of when you play yourself. Had she
No,
just
congratulations,
right?
you played
She
yourself.
played herself. She played herself. Because now we're laughing at you. You're literally a one season wonder. Shout out to Alexander Rogers, but she's a 1 season wonder. And what was this all for? You were better off not going on the show at all.
Yeah, right now. Now we don't even want to see you on Love and Marriage DC. Congratulations, you ruined it.
Is anybody even watching Love and Marriage DC?
Girl, no, you knew the answer to that.
Yeah, I know. Why would I ask that? Why would I even ask that? Silly me.
You absolutely answer to that. Let's get into a little bit of Summer House, and then we're going to let you get on out of here. What did you think? Season 2, excuse me, just wrapped. In my brain, you were part of the reason they got a reunion. I feel like
Yeah.
heard.
Thank you.
Clap it up. Other than I'm putting words in your mouth, not liking Jordan's reunion outfit, what did you think about the season?
What do I think about the season? And it pains me because I don't want to seem like I'm being critical, but I was let down because I feel like this show has so much potential, and it didn't feel like the friendship aspect was here. It feels very divided. There's obviously a clique where it's a bunch of people against Jasmine for whatever reason. The constant fighting, the constant arguing, the tears, the meltdowns. Summer had a breakdown every episode about something. And then
like,
when
girl, go home.
It just, you have Jordan having a meltdown at that dinner in like episode 4. They were accusing Nick. It's just like, oh my gosh, they really have potential to have a great time. And I feel like they blew it. And I feel like, I don't know if it's just me, but I don't love these themed dinners and talent shows. Just have a regular dinner, go out and have fun. Like, it feels corny to me. It just feels forced, right?
It's extremely forced. Like, everything doesn't have to have a theme. And if you don't believe in your cast's ability to have a conversation, just say that. Because to me, the thing that I always liked about reality TV and multi-camera reality TV is that you've got this long table and there are 90 million conversations going on, and you can bounce and you can be a part of all of them, and they're all relatable. And wait, what did you say? And now these side conversations now become a whole table conversation. That's where the juice is. Like, how else do we get another what's wrong with the Bob? Something like,
yes.
We gotta fight. How else is Candy gonna go find the studio so we can drop some beats? we themed it to death. I don't want to see it. And I also Philly Diva, I don't know if she's still here in the chat. She also pointed out the age of the house. And that was always my disconnect, and the same with Real Girlfriends in Paris. I don't want to watch 21-year-olds cry because they slept late and missed their appointment, or like whatever this is. Or I don't want to watch 20-year-olds who came up on the backs of Jasmine now sit here and brag about how they're all going on vacation without Jasmine.
They're not 20s.
That's what I'm saying. I recently found that out because I was never invested enough to kind of like do the deep dive. And then when I found out they weren't 20, I was like, okay, that's why it really wasn't clicking. Because in my brain, I'm trying to give them a pass, but they're having conversations and they're like, this is season 1. They're doing things that make me feel like they're older. And Philly Diva was like, bitch, because they are. Like, they're too fucking grown for this shit. Nobody seemed like they had fun. And this time, it didn't even seem like it was the editing. They did not seem like they had a good time. And that translated into the content that was given. I told Mark from the Pink Pop Box, the season just was. I don't feel like I could call it bad, but I definitely can't call it good.
I know.
It happened. They aired it.
And the ratings are a clear indicator that people were not interested.
But like, are they? You know, because I think ratings are a tricky thing now. We're in an era where these shows are pulling in what some content creators can do on a TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
But that's across the board. Allegedly, it took so long to cast Atlanta because Porsha and Kenya ran through the budget and the advertisers aren't there. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like it's not Real Housewives of Atlanta or any Real House, excuse me, or Summer House. None of these things are must-see TV anymore.
No,
it's like
not.
There used to be a time where it was like, girl, it's Thursday, it's Sunday, I gotta get home. RHONY coming on, Atlanta coming on, Beverly Hills coming on. This is not must-see TV. We catch it if we do, and like maybe somebody's court case sparks a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's a criminal. I think that shed casting. I want to say that I love you, but like, girl, I'm getting ready to drag you. I feel like they go to like Quantico and they're like, hey, can we see your most wanted list? And like, then they just go and pick the prettiest person. Does he have a wife? Oh, they look interesting. Cast them. Like, why the fuck?
Listen, I think that Bravo needs to up the budget. I want to see them have better events. I mean, I feel like all their events just lack, especially compared to the OG Summer House. I mean, their parties, they have mechanical bulls. They turn the backyard into a whole raceway. Their parties are lit and there's money being spent. Like, yes. They are spending, the budget is there. The Martha's Vineyard parties are very, that budget is little. It's like
they said we spent the whole budget getting y'all on a ferry over. So yes. Sorry.
Yeah. It's like, they have just enough food. Because even Preston at his mixer, the food looked good, but it just looked like just enough. Like everybody can have one piece of sushi, one mini lobster.
They was counting it for sure.
Fry. It wasn't an overflow food.
You got 3 ice cubes. Come back.
Yes. Put it back,
They going around with the tray like, no, sorry, we served you already. Like it's not giving. And honestly, and some of my hate viewers are going to be like, you always say this. I don't think it's going to get better until Andy isn't the face. And I don't know if it's not the face or maybe just like doesn't host the reunions, but Andy's involvement, and when I say Andy just represents a white man. Like, honestly, sitting here talking to these women, it's like, dude, you don't get it. You don't get it. You don't understand the nuance. You can't have the conversations that need to be had with the Summer House cast, with the Potomac cast, with the Atlanta cast. You and that's okay. There's no bashing there. But also, I need you to know that it's okay and call in when you can't do it and not leave the cast who is like displaying coloristic behaviors and then like ask them what do you want to do? It's not up to them. Hi, I know you just committed a crime. How would you like to be punished? Like, what the hell? Letting the gentle parenting. Get him out of here. Are you watching Jersey? Are you covering Jersey? Do you get into the Jersey?
Okay, so I watched Jersey. I'm behind on my recaps. This season so far, it's kind of a bit of a drag. I'm not loving this divide. I hate how Melissa and Teresa just don't talk. People keep saying, oh, it's great, but you can still feel the tension. I don't love it. I don't know why people think that it's great that they don't talk. I don't know. I'm not loving this season so far. It's just more of the same drama. I don't know. I mean, I told my subscribers the other day, I said, listen, if I miss a few episodes, don't be upset. Listen, summer is here. Summer is my season. I am booked and busy. My social calendar is packed. So reviews might be missed, especially Jersey's not moving me. I'm not.
It's not.
It's not moving. So I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna be skipping events to be reviewing Jersey. This season ain't doing it for me. So
it's never going to give that, babes. Also, when the hell did the talent, and I don't care how much money the talent has brought you, when does the talent of an ensemble show get to say, I'm not conversing with my cast members? Okay, bye, you're fired.
Thank you. Say this again, please.
Like, and Teresa, friend of the podcast, I love you with all my heart, girl. Like, no. You cannot go to your job and tell your boss that you're not doing part of your job. We are on an ensemble cast, so you need to ensemble with the ons. Like, I don't.
And they didn't even have a cast trip this season. That's why the season's going to be so short.
They didn't have a cast trip.
Yeah, there's no cast trip this season. That's why the season's going to be really short.
There's no cast trip. Potomac is in North Carolina.
Yeah.
And Porsha don't even know who her castmates is on Atlanta. It's giving Brooke. It's giving Nneka. You ain't got no island. Somebody gonna have to go over to Bravo and have a unpacking party or something. No cast trip.
No cast trip.
Send all them ladies home. Get them some bruschetta and let them go on about their day. Okay.
Oh, okay. The house burned down apparently before the day before they were supposed to go.
Oh, okay. Yes, I did. But I didn't know that meant that they didn't have no trip. I just thought they wasn't. I thought things got rescheduled.
Ciao. So yeah, no cast trip. So it's going to end. The season ends with that dinner, that big blowout dinner at Rails, the Rails Steakhouse, where we see Dolores just sitting there looking like she's the godmother, honey.
Yeah, it's time to tell all them ladies, thank you for your services.
I agree.
Pink slips all around.
I agree.
Don't keep nobody. There is ghetto.
I agree.
That's worse than Sonya changing her license plates or turning off her hot water. Huh? No cash trip. This is what we came here for. This is our favorite part. Girl, okay. That has disappointed me and upset me and my homegirls. It's almost 9:00. Y'all know that I only like to keep y'all for an hour. So thank you for being here and listening to the Brooke, Ashley, and I go back and forth. Brooke, tell the people who aren't subscribed to you already. I can't believe that there are people who aren't, but apparently there might be some. So tell the people where they can find you, what they got going on. How can they love on you?
Well, guys, I'm here on YouTube. I'm at the Brooke Ashley. You can find me on Instagram, the same name, the Brooke Ashley _. I'm on Twitter, flapping my gums on there, honey. And you can find me I'm at the Brooke Ash on Twitter. So find me on all my socials. Let's connect. Let's interact. My channel is a lot of fun. We have a good old time. Baby,
good key, baby.
Yeah, we have a good key. A good key over on my channel. So definitely check me out. And thank you for having me, Elle. I had a great time.
Yes. Thank you for coming to this little corner of the world. You know, we give the chit chats and all of that on a regular basis, but sometimes we don't. I like to strip it down, get down and dirty, and get into the mix of, jump into the crappy lake. Strippers, thank you guys for being here. You can join us next week. We begin our Ode to Girls group. So we will have the one and only Black, that is Shamari DeVoe and Brandy Williams. They will be here. We will be chit-chatting about all things music, creative direction. Y'all know that they had the Matrix cameras for their second music video. So we're going to get into the process of it all, stripped down behind the music. So join us. If you have not subscribed, hit that button and turn on your notifications. Until next week, it costs free $99 to be a good person. So get out there and do that shit.